Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. I think, honestly, this should be a big point every week that I talk to you. But a lot of times I don't cover it like I should. And that is, I think the number one thing that you should always be thinking about when you're going fishing or hunting or anything is safety. Safety is everything. And I think when we're younger, a lot of times we take things for granted. We think, nothing's going to happen to us. It always happens to other people. But as you get older, the safety features that you need to pay attention to become more important. And one of the biggest things for me, and I've always had a joy beyond description of being able to take off in an area of a river where I know nobody else is going to go. And I can have it all to myself. But I have to get there. So it means I have to wade, I have to walk. And again, it's not as easy for me as it was when I was 20 years old. It really isn't. You think, nothing changes. I'm the same person. Inside, I'm the same. But outside, none of us are as we get older. And so I noticed that my sense of balance is a little bit less comforting than it once was. I may try to change locations where I'm in the water, and if I move my head in a certain way to change, all of a sudden, wow, I'm wondering, boy, I don't want to fall. Well, I can take it to another level. My buddy Rocky, who is a guide down on the Salmon River, he insists that every single person that he takes is going to have a waiting staff, and he will provide them for them if he's guiding for them. He made me a waiting staff several years ago, and it is a work of art, is a work of friendship, and rather than use it, I've had it on my wall as a testament to all the experiences and people that I've met along the way in my life. Well, I took it off the wall, and the other day I went to the one place that I've been fishing this late summer and early fall, and that's an area in the Grass River that is slimy. It's got this slime all over the bottom. The rocks are slippery, but they're of all different sizes, and you add current to that, and it really becomes treacherous sometimes in some places for me to wade. Well, I used the wading staff the other day, and what a difference. Yeah, it seems clumsy, it's in the way, and blah, 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 all the reasons that you don't do those things that can keep you safe. But I got to tell you, when I was able to use my arms to just wedge myself in different places while I felt around with my foot to see what size boulder I was going to step on or into next, the difference was astounding. And what it's given me is tremendous hope for the future, that each year I can continue to do this. I might look a little bit older and have that staff there that we associate with older people, but I got to tell you, it makes all the difference in the world. The other things that we should really be aware of is life preservers. Most of us don't want to wear them. To get one that's really not in the way, you got to pay more money. Those little, they're very concise, and they wear around your chest, and you don't even hardly think you got anything there. But if you need it, it's tremendous, and it's so important. And, the other thing that I think is important is before you go any place where you're going to be alone, where you're going to be in areas that there are always dangerous. I don't care where you go. There's always things that can happen, that you let people know before you go. You just say, okay, today I'm going to go over to Chamberlain Corners, and I'm going to walk a mile downstream, and I'm going to walk back. And if you don't hear from me, that's where I am. At least people will know where to look for you. Or another thing, if you're able to take your cell phone with you. I always hate to because I want to be alone. But if you have it with you, you do have the risk of falling and getting it soaked and probably ruined. But if something does happen, you can notify people that you're in trouble. And the type of clothing you wear is critical. You want something to protect you from ultra rays, from the sun, the heat, but you also need something to keep you dry and to protect you against hypothermia. All these things are critical, and they vary from season to season, but it's something that you should pay more attention to. Now, listen to me preaching. I'm not a preacher. I don't do this, but I do think it's important that we give a little bit more attention to the safety measures that we can employ that will help keep us able to do the sport that we love. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.